Well, let's just do a one-shot edit. Why not? That should be cool. Do I have any crumbs in my beard? I had a crumb in my beard, like, for everything I was filming the other day. That was stupid. Listen, this is gonna be a Patreon exclusive video. I'm just gonna talk to you guys about some stuff going on and what the game plans are with the motorcycles that I'm staring at now. So, this information, just keep it between us, you know what I'm saying? Don't like go blurting out in the comments. I'm gonna tell you some things that I'm not really supposed to tell you all about, but you're Patreons and you'd think you're pretty cool. So, first of all, I did get a new bike, and it's that one right there. This is a, all right, let me adjust the camera. This is a 2005 ZX6R. I think that means it's a 636. There you go, exhaust, integrated tail light, like a few other little bits on it here and there. It's 20,000 miles, I believe, and it works, you know. So there's not going to be some kind of like rebuild series or wreck bike series. It's a good, clean bike. It's just probably needs one or two little minor things on it, and it'd be fine. But so why did I get this? What's going on? The idea of the series that I'm about to do on it's going to be trying to showcase like that you can buy a used 600 versus buying a new one, spend a lot less money, even if you throw a good bit of money into it to really sort of customize it and personalize it. Personally, I'm not that into sport bikes. Actually, this bike with my neck and shoulders and some of the stuff I have, this is not super comfortable for me to ride. Like if I was actually planning on, you know, keeping this for a long time or something, I'd probably put a higher clip on, or maybe even a whole dirt bike bar on it, something like that to make it a little bit easier for me. But so why did I do this? Why was this thing here? Well, between us, this is a sponsored thing, okay? Our company they're paying for the bike, they're paying for a good bit of parts that are going into it, and they're paying me. And once all said and done, I get to keep this bike, and I can sell it then and basically keep the money. So it's a really good deal for me. This is probably the biggest deal I've ever gotten for anything I've done on YouTube. I mean, I'm not really sure how much the Husqvarna 701 trip cost Husqvarna, but that was it's still not going to be as much as this is going to all add up to be. So basically, like I said, it's going to be just a handful of videos. I mean, I think they really only want like 4 videos, so they're going to be like bang, bang, bang. They're going to be spread out over about 2 months or so, or 2 or 3 months, but there'll be 4 videos on that bike. The main videos, I'm going to have a video of myself going and picking it up, which should be out next day or two, but that's like just kind of a teaser for the start of all this. The deal will start once I get, I've got to get all the parts figured out and talk to them that they're covering and all that, and then we'll start putting some parts on it. And I think some people will like seeing that, like it's a bit different for me, but there's a lot of people I think that would enjoy a series like that, and hopefully it'll lead to bigger and better things with that company. It sounds like they're happy to kind of test the waters with me with this whole deal. So I'm wearing my Wow motorcycle hat because I actually got this from Wow, who works with Dan and stuff, and they were cool, man. They actually went and met me in right outside Shreveport, so I didn't have to go to Atlanta, Georgia. The guy was out doing different runs and picking up different things. But like I said, once that's all said and done, my game plan after I make the videos with it and ride it a couple times is just to sell it. Like I said, it's actually, like I said, it's a nice bike. There's nothing really wrong with it, and it'll be really cool once it gets a bunch of parts put in it. I mean, it's gonna have pretty much, it's gonna be good to go. It's even gonna have new tires on. We got tire sponsor and everything going for this video, so it's pretty cool. I'm not really sure how much it'll fetch, but I think the bike was right around a little under $5,000, like 45 or so. We're gonna throw $1,000 of parts into it, so maybe I can, parts are weird because parts don't necessarily like directly add to the value of something when it's all said and done. You always take a loss there, but I mean, I'm not, but you know what I'm saying. So I think hopefully I get maybe 6 or something for it when it's all done. Maybe that'd be good. At the same time, I've already mentioned before, I'm selling this WR right now with both sets of rims, and I've mentioned that more in the video when it goes up here in a little bit, or the new video I've got going up. I'm going to mention it in there as well. I like the WR. It's been a great bike. It's a little rough. There's nothing really major mechanically wrong with it. It could use some tidy up stuff on a few things. Could definitely use a new set of tires on the Supermoto wheels. This front actually looks like it still has good tread, but it's getting kind of hard, man. This tire is, and this is like a 3-year-old tire at this point. And the rear here, obviously, done some burnouts on it, done some wheelies, tears them up, man. It just is what it is. So, that maybe some new plastics, of course. Yeah, like the plastics, obviously, are a little insane, or maybe somebody will like that. But yeah, it's got some cool parts on it. Street legal in Texas. So I think it can grandfather into a whole bunch of states. But yeah, I think I'm going to ask for 5 for this one. Which is weird because I realize that leaves me without like a dirt bike or supermoto bike. Obviously, I don't plan to leave it that way. My goal, again, keep this between us, is to sell both of these bikes. And between the two of them, maybe I should, have around a little over $10,000 or so. And then I want to go get a Husqvarna 701. That puts me basically right there at it. Not really sure how I'm going to go about that. What's going to happen there. Maybe I'll try to work a deal with some local dealership for, maybe like do some meets or something. I haven't really gone too far down that road yet. Let's not cross that bridge until we're ready to. If I have to finance a little bit of it, what I'd probably do if I had to finance a little bit of it is I still owe a few thousand on the FZ07. I was gonna just pay it off a while back, but money got kind of tight, and so I kind of went down to like the minimal payment on it, because it should have been paid off by now. The way it was everything was going, right before I switched everything, when it was Patreon money only went towards YouTube stuff. That bike was, all the money was just going to pay that bike. As soon as we switched from that, and we kind of had to because it just wasn't making any money, man. YouTube it's crazy. I put up a new video yesterday, and it's like this great supermoto video, and it's like the views are just terrible, fucking terrible on it. But you guys keep this shit running, and sponsors keep this shit running. So that's why you get to hear this fucking exclusive shit nobody else gets to hear about. And I want to do more things like this. I need to do more just chatting with you guys up and telling you what's all going on. But anyway, like I said, I might work a deal with somebody. I may just take some of that money and just pay the few thousand I owe on that one off. And then if I have to loan out on the other one a little bit of money, I wouldn't have to, but I probably would just to make it a little easier. Maybe like just a few thousand, I guess I'd have to loan for, because I'm pretty sure you can get one of those 701s out the door for like 12 or 13. I know it sounds like a lot of money for a Supermoto 2. I could, it's one of those funny things where if you actually take a WR450, for instance, and you look at what it costs to take one of those new, any 450 bike, plated, Supermoto, the whole 9 yards, it's the same price, if not more, actually. I don't think a lot of people are aware of that. When you start messing with these crazy or high-end Supermoto bikes, they're fucking expensive, man. But my thought process as to why I go from the 450 to the 701, it's kind of a different animal. I know a lot of people probably think, oh, more power, better, but it really is a different bike. No matter what you do, pretty much the only way to get a Supermoto that's like does decent on the street is to go with a big engine Supermoto, it seems like. And that means either having like like a DR style 650 or something that's kind of a turd. They're a tank. They're not bad bikes. They're we used to call them commute tards because they're heavy, they're underpowered, but they'll get you around. Or you go crazy and you buy something like a KTM 690, or really the 701 it's a bit better now since it's got the Duke 690 motor, and the 17s and up have that. Pretty good. I know KTM is also going to come out in 2019. They're going to come back out with the 690 SMCR, which should also have that new Duke engine in it. I found out why they had to go to that engine. It had to do with Euro standards and emissions and stuff like that. But apparently it's a better motor too. It makes better power, it's smoother, it's got these dual balancers, it's supposed to be a little more reliable, blah, blah, blah. It was a fun bike to ride. I'm actually wearing my sweater from the 701 ride. It's, like I said, it is a bit heavier. It's a different animal. It's not crazy heavy or anything. It's like DRZ heavy, but it doesn't quite feel like it. I guess having that gas tank in the back, I don't know, it just centers the weight well. I mean, fuck, that bike was good for so many reasons. This, you know, I hate it because I've never owned a factory supermoto, but I kind of fell in love with that thing, man. It's got just a really great balance with the suspension, with the big brakes on it, the way everything's works together, the tires they put on it, the tubeless setup they run. I mean, shit, man, the front end feedback I got, I've been on, like, I mean, hell, my 450 should be, you know, more aggressive and sporty. And I'm sure this is technically faster on, you know, like a tight track or something, but man, it was just good. It was just a well balanced, well set up bike. I was so impressed with it for what it was, that it could be that like aggressive, like if you took it to a track or something. Like it's got that slipper clutch, you could just fling that thing into a turn sideways and it won't chatter on you. I mean, sometimes it will, but you gotta really get stupid with it to get it to do that. And then, you know, it could be that aggressive yet still, it's still like a supermoto. You know, it's like, I mean, obviously it's like a supermoto, but you can get it on the highway, you can go without blowing it up. And you start kind of thinking about what's the most riding I do when I ride my supermoto. A lot of it is like long riding, long distance kind of going, and I mean, not like long distance, but I'm saying that every time I take this bike out, or when I had my DRZ or any supermoto I've even ridden, there's always those parts where you're just like, fuck, I feel bad for it right now. I'm up to like speed, and it's just the nature of these things, man, that there's no way around it. They're all gonna be that way. I think if you were just hard into like, I'm just gonna stunt the lots or do hooligan shit, you know, maybe you live right in the suburbs or something, that's probably a better bike. I live a little ways out, so I always have to ride, and I don't know, man. I just think it'd be a fun bike to have. It's a different direction that I haven't had yet, so and a lot of it's just wanting to change things up. But anyway, this is the new bike. Just keep all this stuff between us, especially that sponsored stuff, because it's kind of weird. The company that's doing the sponsoring to it, they don't want it like super mentioned in the videos. In fact, they really want it to be like, look like it's something I'm just doing, which is a bit weird because, you know, it's like I'm not trying to be shady about the whole thing. So, but the funny thing is, I think it'll be kind of obvious anyway, like pretty early on. I think people will understand it's like a sponsored thing, and it's still cool. I like wrenching on bikes. I like making these kind of tutorial style videos, and I think people enjoy watching them. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm making a shopping list of all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, it's already got an exhaust on it and a few other things, so I don't have to worry about those, but they gave me a pretty good little budget, so I'm getting like all kinds of silly stuff for it right now on their website, just like oh yeah, let's fuck it, one of those, you know. like the levers. Like I picked out some nice fucking levers. Shit. Anyways, I've rambled on enough. Hope you guys like this little update video, and thanks for being a Patreon.